Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC and another edition of Thoughts and Feelings and Updates, TNFNU. So today I wanted to have a bunch of things I want to talk to you about, mostly updates. But something that occurred to me this week. So I was sharing one of my knives with some people, and they weren't all necessarily within the community and big knife people, but people who like knives and appreciate knives. And I sometimes will bring that stuff by and show my work. And it occurred to me, I've been handing my work to people, and people who aren't familiar with a small fixed blade and a Kydex sheath, and they look at it and they get a little intimidated about pulling the knife out and being afraid. And, they don't want to push too hard or do whatever. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. So I'm going to use this one as an example just because it's what I have in front of me, really. So for anybody who's purchased one of my knives and you're not familiar with, pulling it out of the sheath and being comfortable with doing it. So it's very simple. Obviously, you're going to have it strapped in, or you're going to have it in your pocket, or for me, I keep it on my belt loop. And it's very simple. I have my finger down at the choil. I put my thumb right on top of the sheath, and then using my thumb, I'm just pushing forward. I'm pushing forward until I pop it out. It takes just a little bit of pressure. And then it's the opposite to push it back in. You're pushing again and listening for that nice snap. And that's what you want. So you're just using your thumb, boom, and then back in. So, that's for those people who, for us that might be used to it, you're like, well, why are you showing us this? But there's a lot of people who I hand this knife to, and they're kind of like, I don't want to hurt it, which is respectful to me. They don't want to hurt my stuff, but it's really easy. Just a little bit with the thumb, a little press. That's why I put the little ramp there. So on all of my blades, I try to do the little Kydex little thumb ramp so that I can pop it off. So there's the Damascus rock copper. Came out really good. That's my carry. It's just a little pop and you're safe. So if you have one of mine or anybody's, really, that's all that it should be. It should just be nice and safe where the knife will never come out, but then, it's easy to deploy and easy to put back in without too much effort. That's what I had. So that's kind of what I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know why that came up. It just kind of came up this week. And I was like, let me clear the air with that. Also, no, I don't have that. But the belt loops, here, I can show you on this. So I like the belt loops. Personally, I like the belt loops. Why do I like the belt loops? Because it keeps a nice thin profile when I'm wearing it on my belt. I preferably like to carry my little fixed blades. Now, I like little fixed blades, things that are about this size. That's what I like to carry. So that's, under 5 inches. I think it's like it's like 5.5 inches overall, that knife. I like a nice small little package, and I carry on the front right side draw. So boom, it's right there. I need it for any cutting. I have it right there. And then it doesn't stick out at all. The belt loop can come off. These Papa Dot belt loops, unless they haven't been broken in, they have that little dot, and you're supposed to pull up on the dot and it will pop right up. So when it's clipped, you're just pulling it straight from the bottom up. Don't try to pull it straight out. It's not going to work. But then I could take that. It has a little screw. You can loosen that, and you could take this and turn it, and it could be vertical carry if you really want it to be vertical carry. And you can do it however you want. You want to put the loop up here and dangle it that way, you could do it that way too. That's why I like the loops. They're cost effective, they're nice and low profile, and they can be moved and switched however you want. But if you wanted to use a UT clip or Ulti clip or whatever they're called, these holes are spaced out to where you could do the clip however you wanted to. If you'd rather not have a taco sheath and you want a full 2-part construction sheath where you have the holes here and the holes on this side too, I can do that as well. You just got to kind of let me know, because I'm always going to default to how I like to carry, which is the taco sheath on my belt. So that's just me personally though. So I just wanted to share that. There was some confusion with that earlier this week, so I just want to make sure I clear the air, and hopefully anybody who's watching this, that's what you do. So the updates. So February builds are done. February builds have all been shipped, and at the time that this video drops, almost all of them will be delivered except for maybe 1 or 2. And they're going to go all off to their new owners, a lot of people in the community. And it's awesome, and I can't wait to get some of the feedback on those. Hopefully it's positive. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but you never know. But those are going out. And then I opened the books up for March. And you guys were amazing. It took literally 24 hours, less than 24 hours, and I 100% filled the books. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for March. So March builds, you guys threw me for a little bit of a curve this month. Normally I do a lot of the small stuff, blooms and rock hoppers, petals, that kind of stuff. But you guys threw me for a little bit of a loop this time. So let's talk a little bit about it. So I do have one bloom. So I am making a bloom, and it'll be a fun knife. I love the bloom. That's kind of what I carry. I don't have it in front of me, but I carry my own personal bloom almost every single day, unless it's kind of a nice day, and then I'll carry the rock hopper. But I have a bloom, so we're going to see a bloom being done with some really interesting handle materials and colors, so that's going to be pretty awesome. And it's going to be an AEB, so I got stainless. We have the yoke dough, so it's awesome. I get to do a yoke dough, but not just one yoke dough, 2 yoke doughs. 2 of you guys picked a yoke dough, and instead of the screwed on handles, we're going to do full construction handle, similar to what I did with the Tobico, where it's the kieranite. So they picked some kieranite and some G10, and so one of them is going to be kieranite, one of them is going to be G10, but it's going to be the full construction handle on this knife. So it's not going to be skeletonized like the one I'm about to show you, but it's going to have the full construction. So I'm looking forward to doing a full construction handle on the yoke dough. That should be really, really cool. So I got 2 yoke doughs. So that's a pedal, 2 yoke doughs. We have another Tobico, so that's awesome. The Tobico, Tim B helped design this one. He really did design it, and he kind of led me in the direction, and it led us to this design. So it's a pretty cool design. Please check out his. His is the one with the acid green kieranite. I think it's toxic green. It came out really good. So we got another one coming out with another special kieranite, but I'm not going to share that with you guys. You guys are going to follow along. So you guys have the Tobico. And lastly, for the 5th spot was a pistol. So you guys going to make me go a little bit big this time in AEB. So this is going to be one of my bigger offerings called the pistol with the harpoon on it. So you have the stigma, which is almost the same thing without the harpoon, and then the pistol has the harpoon on it. So that's going to be a fun build, and the person who has bought another knife, and I'm going to kind of match it to make it look very similar to that. So I have a pistol, 2 Yoktos. Let's see if I can do this. The Tobacco and a Bloom. So we got those 4 designs for those 5 knives. So I'm looking forward to getting those all to you guys so you guys can start seeing those. Hopefully I'll start working on those very soon, and you guys can start following along again to see what March turns into. I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to doing it, and sometimes you guys test me with some of the handle materials and the finishes and things that you're doing, and the things that your vision, and I try my best to bring it to life. Try my best. Sometimes I can't, and I'll be honest with you guys if I can't do that. But you guys were awesome this month. You knew what model you wanted. You knew what steel you wanted. You were pretty comfortable with what handle material, and you sent it all to me, and we worked it out fairly quickly. So awesome. So if those of you guys who want to get done on the books on April, don't reach out to me until you see that video. But when you see that video, you got to jump on it, because I don't know, you got to turn notifications on YouTube or something, because you got to get, if you really want to get in the books, you got to jump on it. Because and message me on Instagram. I'm not going to get you in the books until that video comes up, but at least I know, and then I can try to reach out to you ahead of time and just be like, hey, it might be coming soon. Just keep an eye out. I try to help everybody. I don't want everybody to get a knife. I don't like telling people no, but I'm only one person, and I can only work so fast. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. So I shared the 1,000K giveaway, or the 1K 1,000 whatever subscriber giveaway knife. So this is the pedal. It has the Kydex sheath that this Kydex kind of looks like leather, but it's Kydex. It is Damascus. So this was my last piece of Alabama Damascus, and it came out really, really good. We have the crushed coral and the black burlap micarta with the white G10 liner and the G10 spacers. And I was honest with you with the other video that it came out almost perfect, except for right there. That doesn't match up very well, but I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I am, as of this video, 48 people away from 1,000. 48. So I'm only 48 people away from the 1,000K or 1K giveaway. So hopefully, tell your friends, tell people to come sub. I'll announce it. I'll lose probably about 20 subs because it's YouTube. It's just what it is. But, we'll get there, and by the time I do the giveaway and everything, we'll be fine. But anyway, that knife is going to be the 1,000K giveaway, and look forward to whoever wins that. Hopefully somebody deserving. Not that all of you guys who watch this, you're all deserving of it, but I know some people are really excited about that one. So that's what's going on with that. The Yokto, this is the Magna Cut Yokto. So if you've been following along on the channel, I started the Magna Cut. I do have some Magna Cut. It's 3/16 though, which limits me to what I like to do. And with that material and the way that this works, I don't know. I'm not jumping at the chance to do it again. So I'm finishing this one up for our buddy Tim, the designer of this knife, the Yokto. I'm finishing this one up. I got to put the maker's marks on it and get that one going. So that one is looking good. Got it cleaned up after being heat treated, and it is almost completed. I don't have to do a sheath for it. I don't have to do any of that. Basically, I just got to get the finish right, get those logos put on it, and then put an edge on it, and then I can ship it all the way to Tim in Germany, which hopefully it got there last time, so hopefully it'll get there again. Speaking of the Yoktos, I have the Yoktos on Etsy, and again, I'm going to share this package with you guys. I know you're probably tired of looking at it, but this whole package for the Yoktos, you get the pocket sheath, you get a Kydex sheath, you get the knife, which is in AEB-L stainless. They are all individually numbered. So this is number 1 of 4. They're all individually numbered right here below the Yokto symbol. They're all numbered. So I don't number knives, and this is the only ones I've ever done it. You got the nice scales shadow boxed on that knife. It's an excellent design. EDC, your thumb gets right here. These are excellent knives. And I've dropped the price now twice. So right now on Etsy, at the time you're watching this, which will drop tomorrow, but through this weekend, that the day I'm dropping this, there's a promotion code. So I dropped the price to $300, but if you use the code YOKTO at checkout, you're gonna get an extra 5% off on the knife, which puts it at like $286, I think, roughly, is how much that whole package is gonna cost. So you're gonna get the box, the sheath, all of these things, the coin. Remember, it comes with that custom coin and all the work that went into that. It's gonna be all there. So, and that, let's see, today, this video is gonna come out on February 23rd, and that sale goes through the 25th. So February 25th, 2024, if you're watching this, the sale is gonna go on. The 5% discount code is through the weekend. Gotta get on it. It's a pretty good deal. I really think it is. And hopefully you guys will be able to jump on one and get the opportunity to buy one. So the Yoktos are available. So with the March builds, in between February and March, I started that other project. And I am ready for the next step on that project, which is heat treating. What project am I talking about? I'm talking about this guy. So I'm not taking the credit for this design, and I want to be honest. I do not take the credit for this design. This was something that, if you've ever seen the channel Simple Little Life, I'll link them in the description of this video. Simple Little Life. He is a knife maker, and he does all kinds of cool stuff. But he did this little project where he kind of designed a knife that was similar to this. It definitely had this blade shape. And he got other makers to do it. And other makers got in on it, and they shared him pictures, and then he did some other cool stuff with it. And it turned out really, really cool. But I saw that blade shape and I was like, man, that looks awesome. And I almost jumped in on that build and did it myself, but I was scared. Why was I scared? I was scared if I could get that blade shape ground out on just my little 1x30 grinder using a jig, because I'm not really good at freehanding. But I decided to test myself, and I said, no, you got to try. You got to at least try it. So I did, and it came out pretty cool. That thing is really, really thin at the tip, so yeah, I really have to be careful with the tip. I did try to heat up the blade just to try to heat it into what's it called? I'm blanking on it. Not heat treat it, but to normalize it. I tried to normalize it a little bit before I heat treat it, because I'm going to heat treat it very soon. But I need to be very, very careful when I'm heat treating. I don't want the tip to get too hot, but yet I want to get the rest of the blade nice and hot enough so it gets nice and hard. And I want it to be hard and tough. So if I'm getting it at about a 59 to 62 HRC, I'd be happy. I usually shoot for 60, 61, especially with 80 CRV2, which is what this is. That's a good hardness. And this thing is going to be somewhat flexible just because it's so thin, especially here at the tip. But, you know, I don't know. It's a fun shape. It's really cool. What you do with it, I don't know. But it's going to be pretty awesome. So I got that thing in the works. And I'm not naming it. People have been helping it. I really shouldn't name it because I don't think it's going to be something that I'm going to do all the time. Kind of like the Crow, that was kind of like a one-off thing. Do I want to make another one? Yeah, of course. But I don't know. I don't think the market is out there for the Crow right now. And I don't know if the market's really there for that, even though some of you guys have reached out and said, yeah, take my money. But I don't know, guys. I might keep it for myself. I don't know. I don't know with this thing, but it scares me. It scares me. So that's kind of what I have going on. I'm looking forward to all those guys getting their knives. And I am uncomfortable when I'm shipping that stuff until I see on there that it was delivered. And then that person says, I got my knife. And then I'm like, okay, good. Okay, whew. My little baby made it to its destination. I joke about that, but truly, you know, look, I put a lot of work into these, and when they get to you, I am terrified of it because I want you to be happy, but also I just wanted to get there safe. One got lost for a little bit and I was freaking out. But it ended up making it to its owner, so I was happy about it. But it was one of those things. So anyway, so that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment or not. That choice is yours.